Hello again, viewer. Good to see you again. I'm trying out a new mic today. I got a couple little pieces of travel go equipment recently so that I can continue to expand my content creating journey. So I recorded a little voiceover before I set up for this live for my May bullet journal flip through. The voiceover went quite well, considering that I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to say when I started the thing. I've got the footage. I recorded that footage over the weekend when I had some time. And now I've just got to put the thing together. But I learned a thing or two from last time. So here's hoping the editing process is much smoother this time. Here's hoping. All right. So I was thinking of going live earlier today. I was quite a bouncing ball of energy, honestly. When I very first woke up, I was quite productive today. Got on some good tasks for the first for my morning, and before taking it off rails a little bit into just other research and other thought adventures, you could say. And yeah, it's funny because I've been thinking of going live for the past few days. I was going to go live on Sunday, but I wasn't feeling too well. I just suddenly was feeling a bit under the weather, and I ended up just not doing that. I'm sorry. And then I got caught up with other work, and the worst thing of all, which is when you haven't done something like this in a while, it starts to feel a little intimidating, if you know what I mean. I was getting some real big nerves before I hit the go live button, I gotta say. Mostly because it's just been a while. And all of the plans that I thought I wanted to talk about kind of fell through today. I was thinking of talking about elephants. I read a really interesting article over the weekend that had me thinking. It had me thinking a lot about just news media outlets and headlines and things like that, and how they are often very misleading, maybe sometimes with good reason, sometimes with not, usually just get the click. But basically, I'd heard that we were at basically extinction of the white rhino, and I looked up some information, found conflicting information, found this really fascinating article, and I just wanted to comment on that because I think I learned a lot from that little elephant journey. So I wanted to share that with everybody. But then I thought maybe I would want to make that a nicer video. I don't know. I'm still deciding about my editing and skills. And like I've said before, guys, my little laptop, little lappy here, little tab lappy. I love my little tab lappy. It's great. I love it a lot, but it can only handle so many clips at a time. It can handle more than I thought it could, but still, it has its limitations. So maybe I'll just do a live stream version, and I'll just like read the article and add my commentary and additional research and insights. I don't know. I thought about doing that today, and just the various other thoughts that have been stirring lately throughout all of the pandemic updates and things. But lots of interesting rumblings that I've been hearing that I definitely have some thoughts on, I'll tell you what. But today, I don't think I want to do that. The other thought I had is I thought to myself, maybe what I'll do today is I'll read my grandma's jokes. She gave me some jokes last time I saw her at the nursing home. So I thought maybe I'll read some jokes. But then I read through those jokes and I was like, maybe I should maybe I shouldn't actually read my grandma's jokes on the internet. I can just Grandma, you love her. But then she does things sometimes that make you realize, oh yeah, you were a product of your time, weren't you? Definitely some problematic things, so I might have to be a little bit more discerning about those jokes. I thought they would be a little more lighthearted than they were. Still, though, could be an interesting journey one of these times. Then I just thought about going on here and just depressingly monologuing about how I didn't want to talk about anything. And then I had the best thought of all, and that is I should just read my diary because that's my most favorite thing of all. So I flipped through because I was flipping through, and I think that I've just had a lot of good little thoughts that I wouldn't mind kind of peeling back, reverse chronologically for the moment. I want to give you guys a preview of my bullet journal though, since I just talked it up. Oh, also, I posted my June bullet journal to TikTok. So if you're curious what my spread looks like this month, go check it out. I don't know. I know that my spreads maybe look a little, I don't know. I like them, but I don't know if other people will like them. But I tried to keep them simple. I'll put it this way. Because I end up drawing the same thing like 4 or 5 times, I try to keep it simple so that it's just easy to replicate, you know, because it's supposed to be, bullet journaling is supposed to be like therapeutic. For me, anyways, it's supposed to be something kind of nice that you just kind of like relax into. You get to be a little creative, but also a bit just falling in the flow with it. So I know that I had already shown you guys I think I already did show you guys my May a little bit, didn't I? But just in case you forgot, that's kind of what it looked like. It was like this weird microbe alien flower situation. So got that video editing right now. Just kind of put some polish on it, export the video. Hopefully it'll take less time than usual. And then here's my June. For June, I kind of got this idea of, it started, I got this was really what started it. I decided that I wanted to do like a beach theme. And I was like, well, how do I want to do that? And I was like, I want it to be really simple. And I chose the colors. Honestly, I chose the colors first, and then I chose beach theme. And I decided I wanted red and pink and darker blue and lighter blue, and then the gold, because I've been, I realized I didn't mean to do this necessarily, but I realized that in this entire bullet journal since I've begun, I've used gold on every single theme. So I've decided that I think for every single theme that fits in this book. I've still got this much left. I'm just going to make gold one of the colors, an accent color for every single one. Because for me, that is perfectly in theme. All right. So yeah, I like the way that this looked. With the layers of the red with the pink and the blues. Just really simple, you know. I just wanted it to be simple. The colors to be the main focus. I can't decide if I care if you guys. I want you guys to see my stuff or not here. I'll just kind of cover my work stuff. So I don't know, just in case. I don't know. But yeah, there's kind of like the weekly spread. I guess you can kind of see it on the other one. It doesn't matter. You can kind of see it. When I make this, if you go on my TikTok, then I left it empty so that I wouldn't have to do this. But so if you want a better look, just go to TikTok. But it's like a little beach scene. Yeah, and I made each little section like towels. I don't know. All right. So yeah, that's what's going on with my bullet journal, guys. Oh, I gotta show you that too. Wait, or should I wait? Okay, fine. I'll give you a preview. Gosh, dang it, man. Where is it? So, I think I told you guys that I had a little trip planned, and it's funny because I've kind of had this idea for like a year now. I think so. I got my hair cut, and she cut the back into like a little bit of like a point, and now it's starting to look like a little rat taily. Maybe I need to do something about that. Maybe I'll just cut it myself. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of cute. I can't decide. All right, but back to what I was saying. So I've actually had this trip kind of tentatively planned for like over a year now. So a year ago, I heard about, perhaps you heard as well, Brood X, the cicadas. So in the United States, there is a 17-year gestation of cicadas, and they're emerging right now. They have emerged, my dears. They have emerged, my friends. And last year is when I first heard about them during the middle of the pandemic. And I remember sitting here in my room with my whole life exploded before me. Who knows what's about to happen? And I remember thinking to myself, can't wait to see those cicadas. Next year, let's see if I can see the cicadas. So that's an adventure planned for the weekend. And I drew this little, I drew this cicada. Look at that. Look at that sketch of that cicada that I drew. I was pretty dang proud. I found an article and I was reading about them. I was reading about the cicadas, and I saw this photo of it, and I said to myself, I wonder if I can draw that. Let's find out. And it turns out I can. It turns out I did. So I was pretty pleased. I still need to like ink it and stuff, but I think that I want to fill out, I think I'm going to ink everything later once I fill out the rest of the page. I'm going to fill it out while I'm on my little trip, and you guys can see the finished product later. All right. So let's move on to the other diary now. So as I said before, I toiled over what I wanted to do for this stream. I considered doing nothing, but I've been doing nothing for too long. It's been over a week since I've talked to you guys. I can't wait any longer. And so we are going to go reverse chronologically now through some thoughts, through my diary. Some entries I'm going to choose selectively. From now in June through May. All right, let's do it. A medicine can be a poison, one and the same, depending on who's speaking, magically speaking, rhetorically speaking. And this was today's entry so far. Some thoughts throughout the day. Cleric is a new make spirit, fresh. Cleric, in whiskey terms. I find this interesting with the term cleric for a holy person. A spirit made new? Distilled fresh, perhaps? Interesting, the workers preferred it to the old. So today, while I was doing some research for my client for some ads, for some campaigns coming up, I did a little bit of research and I came across a word that I did not know. That word was dramming. Dramming. It's dramming season. So I Googled what that was. And it turns out that a dram is there was a specific quantity listed, but it doesn't have to be a specific quantity, like a few ounces or something like that. But basically, a dram is just a little encapsulated some bottle of liquid or something, you know. In this case specifically. And in this article, I thought it was there was a lot to think. I didn't expect myself to find myself having all of these thoughts in the middle of a work day while I'm trying to get to business. But the idea of cleric and a few different things made me think. It's spelled a bit differently. It's spelled clear, like cleric, instead of cleric, like we're used to seeing it with a holy person. But yeah, I wondered how much that etymology spilled over. Yeah, if they were rooted from the same thing. It seems as though they were. A new make spirit. A spirit made new. But the other part that I thought was interesting is they were talking about the whiskey workers and how they would give little drams of whiskey throughout the workday to the workers. From 1700s up until early 1900s, that seemed to have been standard practice. You get a little dram of whiskey on shift, and the reasoning for that was I think twofold, but their reasoning, they said, was that if they give whiskey to their workers, that will keep them from taking it, from slipping a little extra off the line for themselves. I also think that the other reason is, like, I don't know, maybe if your workers are a little bit drunk all the time, they'll be a little less likely to be pissed off at you as well. Because another interesting detail about that specifically is that the lower class, considered lower class workers. They would give them drams of the fresh stuff, the cleric. It's just clear, freshly distilled liquor. And the rather than the matured stuff, they'd give the guys the fresh cleric, since it's not like since they weren't gonna give away the good stuff just like that. Interestingly enough, though, noted that the workers actually seem to prefer the cleric to the nicer variety. And that I thought was very interesting. And in fact, the article said that sometimes during the holidays, they'd try to give them the nicer stuff and they'd be upset about it. And I just thought that is just such a very interesting detail. What does that mean? I wonder. Does it mean anything? Certainly gave me a think. Do they prefer a fresher spirit, one that hasn't been sitting around so long because they're fresher spirits themselves, perhaps? I don't know. Or maybe it's just they have so much of it that the flavor starts to feel like home. Maybe something like that. That was some thoughts I had today, anyway. Did some research on this really cool distillery. There's this cute, okay, maybe I shouldn't call it cute, cool, like new hipstery distillery in Edinburgh. I kept wanting to call it Edinburgh. Geez, American. Edinburgh. Anyway, sorry, got lost there for a minute, but it was really a pleasant interview, actually, because it was kind of like, I don't know, like it was interesting to watch because it's these kind of young professionals trying to like break into a professional industry. I didn't say that very well. Do you get what I'm trying to say, though? That was just the vibes from the distiller guy. I liked his vibe, actually. I hope that his distillery goes well because it's new. And there are a lot of older, more, what's the word I'm looking for? Seasoned distilleries with reputations. So this distillery had this kind of spirit I like, though. All about experimentation and new recipes and new flavors. So maybe if I'm lucky, one day I'll get to check that place out. I don't know. If ever I find myself in Edinburgh. Wait. Never mind. I'm going to stop. Yeah. I also learned another Irish word today for my voiceover. Queen tech. That is a Queen tech is a folklore character, basically a banshee. The banshee of the dirty laundry. I think it's really funny. They actually did a little YouTube video that I think is really funny. I mean, it's supposed to be scary because if it's like a banshee, only quieter. You know how banshees, they scream. They scream when death is coming for you, Well, the Queen. It's a lot. It's a weird combination of vowels that my American eyes are just not used to. And she's basically a much quieter banshee. She's like a dark fairy with like a single nose hole and like webbed hands and feet. And she in like fish skin. And if it's your time to die, she steals your clothes off of your line outside your door, and she lashes them in the river. And if you go up to her and you bug her, she whips you with it with enough force that it might break your legs. So don't mess with dark fairies when you find them washing your clothes by the creek, because you might end up both dead and with a broken leg. This was a couple of days ago. Is self-differentiation what makes your life take shape? Remember, there's always a third alternative. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. Infinite. Defiance over fear. Quietly defiant. That's me, Samsy. I drew this as a little doodle. Just a simple little doodle there. Can you kind of see that? Here. Yep, that's me. Quietly defiant. Always. In whatever situation I find me. June 5th. Maybe there are some pains you don't heal from, not in this lifetime. Can an old pattern of pain stop hurting? This is a question I really have been asking. I'm not exactly sure the answer, because I have, in the past, healed pains, healed traumas and triggers. I'm much, much better than I was 10 years ago, than any other time before, really. But there are moments where I wonder if there are some things you really can get over, or if the pain will just keep morphing as you go. Because there are things that never used to bother me that bother me now. And there are things that used to drive me crazy that now I am free. And I don't know what to make of that, other than just to make peace with the pain as I can. By the way, guys, did you notice my earrings? I don't normally wear earrings these days. When I was younger, I had quite a thing for dangly earrings. Back when I had longer hair and less of it was falling out at all times, I used to like to wear the really long dangly ones. I just liked the way it looked. Maybe I should start wearing them again, but I just don't know if I like the way it looks as much with the short hair, and I feel like it's kind of a relic of a past version of me, if you know what I mean. But I bought these pierced ears. In fact, I've got 2 holes in them, even in each one. So I thought maybe I'd try re-piercing them and putting some studs in. These are some opalite that I selected for luck, serendipity, and happiness. And just because they're very pretty. If you know opal, it's very translucent, or it does have some translucence, but it's very like holographic, kind of rainbowy. Honestly, that my earrings kind of became a trigger for me, to be fair, because the thing is back in the day, I I didn't know anything about piercing my ears. I was a little Mormon girl. It was edgy for me to even want to get my ears pierced, and especially getting that second pair. That was an act of rebellion, I tell you what. And I didn't really know what to do. You know, I just knew that they do it at like the stores and stuff. So I just had them, you know, do them at this department store one day with a friend of mine. And unfortunately, when I went to get my second pair, it turns out the girl, oh, poor girl, you know, she was just a normal girl. You know, she was like a 16-year-old, just shop worker who her main job is not piercing ears. That's kind of a secondary thing, I think. But she did not get the holes even in my ears. So my piercings are just super lopsided because then the person who secondly pierced my ears was like, oh, your piercings are lopsided. Now I'm going to have to do something weird to try and make it look less lopsided. So I'm just kind of like, well, great, super glad. So I just haven't really worn earrings ever since then, to be honest. But I've been thinking maybe if I'm gonna be rocking the short hair this summer, smooth Samantha. If I'm gonna be rocking the short hair this summer, might as well try some earrings. I also got some other cute studs. I'll actually want to show those to you guys too. Oh, okay. Look at this. I saw these. I could not resist. Look at them. Do you see? They're like little golden stars. I bought them because they just made me happy. Yeah. I wore them the other day and I think they look really cute. So there's that. All right, let's see. Where was I? Just closed it. Good thing we hadn't got too far along. June 4th. 3-leaf clover are lucky too. It's not the number of the leaves, but the heart of what it is. I'll do a little 3-leaf clover. Because I was thinking, you know, that it does kind of suck that only the 4-leaf clovers are the special ones, you know. Because I saw a lucky relic of sorts. What was it? I think it was on a card or something. And it was a 3-leaf clover. And I thought to myself that I was like, why is the 3-leaf clover on the lucky relic? And then I was like, who says it's the number of leaves that gives it luck? Who says? You know? Oh, that reminds me. Oh, I drew something. All right, I drew something. So I'm going to show it to you guys. All of these ink things that I need to scan in and post. I let them become too precious again. I'm afraid of letting my babies out into the world. My babies. Like, look at this. Look at this girl. I need to ink some of them still, but look at her. Look at her. She deserves to be in the world. She deserves to be out there. And look at this one. Look at this girl. She deserves to be out there. I've got just sporadically bunches of drawings going on here. Oh, you guys know my monsters? I didn't know I was going to be doing this today. So I'm going to make another volume of monsters, but here's a monster that I created. Another, I think this is the first of the new batch, perhaps. I think she's kind of cute. She's a funny one. Anyway, that's not what I went in here for. I apologize. Distraction. Dun, 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 dun. Do you guys like the music? Can you hear that? I don't know. What did I do with it? I drew a picture of a lucky clover. There it is. Da-na-na. This is an ink thing. You can find it on my Instagram. You see that? That's a 3-leaf clover growing its own lucky leaf, okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, baby. A 3-leaf clover growing another. You've made your luck, my dear. I made a more polished version of this. I turned it into 2 even. So, little insider tip, if you find this on my Instagram, it looks much nicer. But you can see, you see how not as good it looks? How you can see I've got extra S's over there because I was having a hard time drawing S's. That was a fun one that I drew. I woke up at exactly 3:33 this morning. I wonder if that means something. Anything at all. Maybe it's what you make it. I don't know. Continuing, June 4th, a meal can be complementary elements arranged together on a plate. Pieces of goodness, simple, well-nutritioned. This was a thought to myself because I have a tendency, I'm really weird with meals and food and stuff, and sometimes I overcomplicate it, and then I just don't eat. And this day, I was hungry, but I didn't have any food prepped, but I didn't want to make any food at that exact moment because I had work to do, but I was hungry. So what I ended up doing is I had some little cheeses. I snagged them up. Well, they were on price sticker clearance. Snagged them up. I always do that. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to just see a nice item that they slapped a clearance sticker on and just be like, that's fine. Anyway, that's what I did with that batch of baby bells. So I had some little baby bells because I normally don't buy them. I guess I could if I wanted to. So I made a spread, if you will, of little baby bells with some blueberries and some artisanal toast. By that I mean the bread is artisanal, and I just put it in the toaster and put butter on it. And that was my food. And then I realized, and that was really good. And I was like, oh, and I felt very satisfied after that, and I felt better. So I was like, dude, why are you always overcomplicating your, am I overcomplimenting myself right now? Am I treating like this is a little too revolutionary? Well, maybe for me it is, but I tend to overcomplicate. I think snacks are just something normal that people eat, but I don't eat snacks. Just from being poor, I mean, I got used to you just eat the meal that you can afford. I don't know. That's how it was for me anyway. And I just got into the habit of never eating snacks. So now if I make food, then it's going to be like an actual something. But it doesn't need to be as complicated as that. So I wrote that to remind myself of that. That. A few more that's for you. That's for you. The exhilaration of being an adult and having to feed yourself, gosh dang it. Seriously, I think for most of my 20s, I just wanted to live on spirit alone. I would have if I could have. Eating is such a dang pain, and it feels like such a waste of money because you're just eating the dang stuff. And it comes out the other end later. Seems like a waste if you ask me. All right. To me, indestructibility feels like being carefree. Your indestructible core. That's something I've been thinking about a lot lately, too. An idea of my indestructible core, if such a thing really exists. What is the indestructible core of Zog here? What is my unmovable center? Not sure. I think I'm getting there. Remember, choosing is power. I know that it's a lot of little phrases and things, but that's because that's just what I like. You know, I have plans for these things. It's my art. It's the way it comes out of my brain. And yeah, I don't like to judge it. If I can not. June 3. Some people can't listen to music because the music is filled with pain. And that person, some people is me, and other people too. You know how people just love music and it's like just always fun and super chill? Well, I wish I felt that way. Remember the days when you could just listen to a song without being flung into like a pit of something, depending on the song? Maybe that's why older people don't listen to music sometimes. That's kind of the idea that was attached to that thought. Because I was thinking about some parents and how they never listen to music, and they only really listen to like talk radio. And in fact, my parents were very much like that. If we were driving somewhere, I mean, we listen to the radio sometimes. Don't get me wrong, we listen to the radio or tapes, but I don't know. More often than not, it was usually talk radio. Usually Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh. That was usually what it was. My parents thought of it as like indoctrination. Hi, Em. Oh my goodness. Thanks for popping in. That's what you love about music? You love that music sends you down those rabbit holes? I think that's kind of what I was saying though, is it depends on the song. Some songs are good. Like some songs feel like elation when you listen to them and you remember. And some songs just feel like heartbreaking, you know? At least for me at this point. I feel like I've been through so much. So much. And you have too. So I'm impressed that you can keep your spirits so up. Maybe music is healing in that way. I wish that I could be totally healed with music. I tend to move through phases these days. Anyway, thanks for popping in, Em. I wondered who it was. There was an extra person in. I was wondering. I'm glad it's you, actually. Look at my. Look at it. We were total Sailor Moonies, you guys. Total Sailor Moonies. Had posters up on our walls and everything. Ooh, Em might even still have her poster room. Do you still have your poster room? I've got posters around my room. None of them are Sailor Moon, though, unfortunately. But yeah. My parents, though, I wonder about them. I wonder to myself, is that why they stopped listening to music? Why we didn't listen to any music growing up? Maybe there was just too much sorrow there. I don't know that I'm healed by any means, but the emotion stuff still take me back. And yes, I do have my posters. LOL. For future viewers. I figured you would. Yeah. You're a good one, Em. Golden and true. I don't know why I chose the word golden just then. Golden and true. Oh, yeah. Thanks for being here, though. I know we're going through a lot of pain, and it's been one heck of a year. So we'll keep healing together. Let's see. What's next? So the next is a secret for me for ideas for future projects. So secret. Aw, thanks, Em. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate that you appreciate listening to me yammer on, because I really yammer on for a long time. So I'm glad that someone appreciates it. June 1, 2021. What about the creatures who don't recognize themselves in the mirror? We say they're not self-aware, but maybe their perspective is truer. To not see the symbol of themselves in the mirror. After all, we see ourselves in the mirror, but it's only a reflection, an image, projection, not the real thing. Yeah, I was thinking about how they do that test with animals, where they say that if they can recognize themselves in the mirror, that means they have self-awareness, and if they don't recognize themselves in the mirror, that means they don't. But then I thought about it, and I was like, maybe that's actually not it at all, because if anything, we are the ones being the fool. That's not us in the mirror. That's not me on the screen. That's not me. But I think it is. Maybe the lizard or whoever that looks in the mirror and is like, hey, what the heck is that? Maybe they're seeing it a little bit more right from that perspective. They're right. That's not them. That's a reflective piece of melted sand is what that is. So, so really, who's more aware of their actual self in this situation? Hmm? Got me thinking. Here's a phrase that I saw. Um, Kuchi sabi. Sabishi, sorry. Kuchi sabishi. If you watched a lot of anime, you probably will recognize the word kuchi as lips or mouth. I wrote down this phrase just because I thought it was interesting. It means your mouth is lonely. Kuchi sabishi. It's basically the act. You put things in it if you're not hungry. I think that's a very interesting translation, that idea of binge eating, getting the munchies. Kuchi sabishi, your mouth is lonely. That's a much cuter way to say that, I think. Let's see. May 29. We've gone off the rails. Soon we'll be on a train moving through the Everglades somehow. So that was just an idea that I feel like we've gone off the rails at this point. I just think the world at large has gone off the rails. You know? And I just thought that was a nice thought of I think I want to make this into an art somehow. The thought of a train jumping off of its tracks and then continuing its way through the Everglades. I don't know. Without interruption, it makes its way. Let's see. May 28th. Forget being destined for greatness. Let's be destined for a good time. Could the two be one and the same? That was me just playing with the idea of how we're always wanting to be destined for greatness. What if it's okay enough to just be happy? That's what I mean by that. May 27th. I've been living and reliving the pain of not finding your people again and again, of never quite fitting in. Can I find my people this time? Let me make a place for them. Let me find them. Yeah, that is just kind of an echoing pain within. It's kind of this feeling of wishing to find your person or people. And I know in my heart that, I have my people. I got you, you know. And I think maybe we all feel that way, honestly. Especially, especially once you're an adult and everything. It's hard to feel like you've got people sometimes. But yeah, I feel like I'm doing good, hanging in. Whether alone or with someone. Why do we have the ability to understand the concept of meaning? What does that mean? I really think about this a lot. I'm like, what does that mean? Why should anything be like anything? You know, why should anything feel like anything? Why should anything be like anything? Hmm. I don't know. It makes me wonder about the nature of reality and existence. Like, why do human beings have the ability to conceptualize and have emotions? Why should that be the case? I don't know. What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't mean anything. Maybe it means something divine or exciting. Just as exciting. Let's see. That one's a secret too, because that's some more ideas. Oh boy. Oh boy. This one's a long one. May 17th. As you can see, we've almost made it to the beginning of May. May 17th. I see all the different sides tearing into each other, and I am angry at them all. I am sorry for them all. I am thankful for them all. Babylon slaughter. Let the tower fall. I like that. I even drew a little drawing. I think I'm going to turn that into a little ink thing poem of sorts. Just a little expression of how I've been feeling lately, because I feel like I'm part of so many different communities that I feel torn asunder, my friends. I feel torn up inside, and it's making it hard to want to even emerge again, but I am angry at them all. I am sorry for them all. I am thankful for them all. It's a really weird position to be in. It's not that I have no one to talk to or no one on my side. There are so many I could talk to, so many on my side, but the desire isn't there. Feeling a little out of step or unable to connect. Maybe it's okay for connections to become stripped. Maybe the ones that matter will always reconnect. Or at least I like to think that. Drew a couple little drawings on that page too. Drew a little like strawberry looking thing. And I drew a little heart flower looking thing. Very simple. Let's see. May 17th. Deja vu. Heart. Aw. I love you, Em. Okay, something went wrong. Sometimes I get my dates mixed up, and I always find that interesting. So May 17th again. I'm just living this character's story, her joy and her pain, as best I can, because one day she'll be gone. That's sad, isn't it? But also nice at the same time. It helps me not want to give up on this character to frame it that way. that I'm just living her story, frame by frame by frame. And one day she'll be gone. So enjoy her while you can. Oh man, I really have been thinking about death way too much lately. But it's good to make peace how you can. Here's a story that I thought about writing. I do this in my journal sometimes, where I'll write like a little wisp of a story, of a tale I would maybe perhaps want to write. A story of a girl wishing to be nothing. So sad until she became it. Where do we go from there? What do we do with that? One person drops into nothing. What do they become? Known but unknown. What an interesting position to be in. I do like that idea though. I liked the idea of what it would be like to become nothing and trying to create that experience somehow. To slowly become nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'll play with that some more. May 16th, Sunday. I live in a space of inexactness, open to interpretation. If you're constantly in motion, there's no need for perfection. That's my motto. Or it's becoming my motto, I should say. This is funny. Okay, this is May 14th. Has a swear word in it, so I'll just bleep that out. Quote, F love, give me gold, I said. Not sure if I believe it. I think I saw like a post that said that, and I was like, F yeah, man. Love, get out of here, man. Gold is what I need. Gold. It's the theme color. The thread theme. Okay. Give me gold. Da, 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 da. Okay. May 12th, 2021. Fear comes from the awareness that something is happening to you. Yourself. No selfhood, no fear. In this way, fear is friend. Yeah, that's true. You're only afraid because you're trying to protect this person, That's what you're in charge of in this lifetime. You're living her experience. You're living herself. The fear comes from the knowing that in this selfhood, there is pain, May 11th, 2021. I actually read this one to you guys already in a previous stream. I changed my life to the life that I dream, and all from my bedroom. Yeah, I really did. My life is totally different than it was a year ago in all of the bestest ways. Okay, not all of the bestest ways, but some of the bestest ways. To the viewers, thank you for loving me, this me, the one I tried to become so deliberately. Signed C. Thank you for loving me, this me, the one I tried to become so deliberately. Yeah, this is the most deliberate me that there is. So, yeah. Does that mean that this is the real me? You be the judge. May 6th, 2021. Oh, I read this one to you guys already too. I want this one into an ink thing poem just because, yeah, I just like it. Life is the wings at your back. Work is the rat that you eat. Life really is like that, isn't it? The disgusting and the divine, all wrapped up and intertwined. Send me a gift I never knew I wanted to get. That was a bit of just an affirmation, I suppose, of sorts that I was playing with that I thought was interesting. Hey, universe, send me a gift I never knew I wanted to get. That's like a funny, that's a funny little request, you know? Who knows what that means? I like to add a little chaos and fun. I like to be surprised sometimes. Pleasantly surprised. Pleasant. Pleasant. Oh, God. Maybe I shouldn't be too insistent. Universe can be a real troll sometimes. Please don't troll me. Thank you. All right. Little anxiety spiral for a second there. See, this is what happens sometimes with words and thoughts, and you start to swirl in them, and it becomes a tricky something. All right, May 4th, 2021. May the 4th be with you. Oh. Ah, crap. Well, all right, I'm just going to say it. So my mom had messaged me and my sisters the other day telling us that my grandma's, my nan's cat, her old cat Lucy, died. Had a good cry over that. And of course, what day was it? May 4th. Why my mom had to specify May 4th, I don't know. But now it will always be Star Wars Day and Lucy's Death Day. So that's great for me. Love that. Oh well, it's fine. She lived a long life. She was like 17 or 18, and she lived a good life. And I got some good little scratches in there the last time I saw her. I had a real nice moment. In fact, not the last time, but the second to last time that I was there. Had some real quality Lucy petting time. She's normally very standoffish, but this day got some real good cutie scratches. The best ever. So I'm grateful for that anyway. I'm grateful for that. Anyways, May 4th. What does that say? Hey. I think the truth of the universe, its true state, may be impartiality. But maybe you can awaken a benevolent one by believing in it. I like that thought. You know, I think that it's, I don't know. I don't know what the truth is, you guys. I really don't. Maybe we just live in a completely uncaring, impartial universe of total neutrality where we just put the meaning into things. Maybe that's how it is. Or maybe you have the possibility to activate benevolence in some way. I don't know. I don't know. I play with that idea though. I like it. I think it's true. Anyway, in my experience, at least I've experienced enough to say maybe there is benevolence. I mean, we're benevolent for no reason, right? Where did we get that? Not to sound too evangelical about it, but it wraps into that thought from earlier too. Because why should anything mean anything? You know, why should anything feel like anything? I don't know. Okay, we're almost there, guys. 2 more. May 3rd, 2021. Transform hot anger to cold anger. Then use that cold, sharp, intelligent point / edge to cut a path to kindness. I believe in that. I think anger is more effective when it's cold. In my experience. Because a hot anger, you can't do anything with that. It just burns everything up. But a cold anger, it's like a knife. It's like a piece of ice. It's carved. It's sharp. It's deliberate. It gets things done. It cuts a path. Maybe you choose which one. Maybe. Yeah. I think it's, I like that. I like that because it creates a drop-in point. It's more productive. Because I was thinking of that. Of how to be effective in an argument. The calm stance versus the wild. And again, maybe a raging wildfire in its own way can be kind. May 1, 2021. Romance is a form of diplomacy. Relationships are a form of diplomacy. It's this act of treaties, politeness, finding a place to meet in the center, of working from there. What do I know about romance, though? You know, maybe I know more than I give myself credit for. Or maybe I don't. You decide. Well, Yeah, that was nice. I guess it's almost midnight now. I didn't mean to keep you up, but thanks for being here. Got some stuff to do tomorrow, so should probably call it a night. But I'll be back soon. All right. Have a good night. And next time, I should have something really exciting for you next time. And expect that may flip through very soon. Till next time, keep living your best June. And remember, quietly defiant, that's me. Bye. Hope to see you soon. I appreciate your time. I promise, next time will be a whole new kind of exciting. Or maybe an old kind. A kind from last week, too. Be quietly defiant. Bye now.